Welcome to Real Shames, a show where we watch movies that we probably should have and didn't, but now we are. If you're looking at our funny hats and you're wondering what the heck's going on, it's because it's Shark Week. Hopefully that's not trademarked or copyrighted by Discovery Channel. If it is, we're sorry.
It's Real Shame Shark Week.
Yeah, it's
a real Shark Week.
It's Great White Shark Week.
There you go.
Yesterday we reviewed Sharknado, which is a movie we both haven't seen, and today we're reviewing a movie that you haven't seen also.
No,
right?
I've seen it. This is the one movie out of all the movies we're doing this week I think that I've seen.
That you've seen, I haven't seen, and that's
Jaws: The Revenge or Jaws 4: The Revenge.
That's right.
No matter how you slice it. Okay, so Ellen Brody is no longer with Sheriff Brody. He has died of a heart attack. It's 1987, but she's still living in Amity, where she lived. Unfortunately, a shark comes and kills her son, whose name is Christopher, I think, maybe?
Yeah, not Michael.
It's not Michael. Michael's the other son. So she decides to go to the Bahamas, where her remaining son, Michael, is married with a child, and she kind of hooks up with Michael Caine as Hoagie. He's the guy that flies them in. But while she's in the Bahamas, the great white shark that killed her son and a bunch of other people has somehow traveled. It got a good travel package, and it came down to the Bahamas, chasing after her and her family. This time it's personal.
He swims as fast as
he's very,
this time
very
it's
fast.
personal is a tagline from the poster.
Is it?
I believe
I didn't realize that. All right, well, this time it is personal in Jaws 4: The Revenge.
You got a big fish down here, man.
Oh, yeah? How big? What's wrong? Ellen?
Jesus Christ!
Ellen, what's wrong?
Nothing. I'm fine.
No, you're not.
Dun, dun, dun. But yeah, no, this is a movie that I have seen before. I saw it on home video when it came out, and I did not see it in the theater, but I saw it on home video when it came out in the late 80s, and I'd already seen Jaws 1, 2, and 3. I don't, even as a younger child, I thought this movie stunk. But you've never seen it.
Never seen it.
So what did
I've
you
heard
know
it
about
was
Jaws?
bad.
You've seen Jaws 1, 2, and 3.
No.
You didn't see 3.
I've only seen Jaws.
You've never seen Jaws 2?
No.
Okay, so Jaws 2 is actually, to me, a pretty passable sequel. Jaws 3 pretty much sucks, but it's in 3D, so that's kind of cool.
Yep.
Jaws 4, I'll let you go first. I mean, I already said I thought the movie stunk, but I'll let you go.
You said when you were younger, so
when I was
you
younger,
might
I'm going
change.
to change my stance.
Jaws Revenge is not great. There's some aspects of it that I like. That I maybe it's like nostalgia and stuff like that. Like I like that there's actually like a practical shark. I think that's kind of cool. I like Michael Caine, although he did it to build a house.
Yeah, we'll talk about that quote
and all that kind of stuff. And so I like those aspects of it. That's about it on this movie. About it, so that kind of endears it a little bit more to me. But again, I feel like I said this with Sharknado. This movie is also super slow. Like there needs to be more stuff happening, and some of the cool like attacks and stuff are like dreams, which kind of sucks. Mm-hmm. It's just like this feels like it's a throwaway kind of stuff, you know. Yes. So going into it, not knowing a whole lot about it, I'm kind of like, I think this is like probably how you felt about Sharknado, where it's like, it's fun. Like there's some fun campiness to it, and all that kind of stuff. So I see you're shaking your head. So obviously you and us diverge on this. So why don't you talk about where you come with? All right. With Jaws 4.
So Lorraine Gary, that plays Ellen Brody, she played, obviously, Ellen Brody in Jaws and Jaws 2. She's not in Jaws 3 because Jaws 3 has like a completely different cast. It's got Dennis Quaid
and Lewis Gossett
Jr. Man, you're mean.
I am mean.
But so she had and Jaws, incidentally, was one of the first feature film. I don't think it was the first feature film she'd ever done, but it was one of the first feature films she'd ever done. She does some TV work, but she only acted in movies and television up until the late 1970s, and she did Steven Spielberg's notorious flop 1941 in 1979, and after that, she basically retired from acting. But she came out of retirement to do Jaws 4. She's the sole cast member from any of the prior Jaws
She's
to
bookending
appear, in Jaws 4. And after Jaws 4 came out, she hasn't done anything since. And I think
bookending it.
I think there's a good reason for that. It's because this movie's terrible. And this movie's notoriously terrible. I think whenever people mention some of the worst sequels of all time, Jaws 4, The Revenge, probably not the top one on that list, but it's definitely on that list. I'm going to go ahead and jump ahead. This thing is 0% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. So if that tells you anything, again, I didn't write down how many critics have scored it, but I feel like enough. And none of them liked it.
Not even Mario Van Peebles' accent could save this movie?
Not even Mario Van Peebles and his Bahamian accent that goes in and
Jamaican?
out. Yeah, whatever it is.
It does definitely go in and out.
It comes and goes. Watching this movie again, we can talk about all the problems with the movie, and I think we will. We'll talk about the complaints I think that most people have about it. But to me, one of the biggest complaints about this movie is that it commits the cardinal sin of being boring as hell.
Yeah.
I just don't think this movie is very interesting at all. I don't think there's enough kills because the shark is mainly after her family, right? There's one other girl that gets eaten off the little banana boat, right? But it's actually going for the young daughter.
She's like collateral damage.
Yeah, she's collateral damage. I mean, does it kill anybody else besides her son? And you think it kills Michael Caine, but it doesn't.
Yeah,
you think it kills Mario Van Peebles, but it doesn't. And of course, they changed that ending apparently, so we can talk about that. But nobody really gets killed. She has a dream sequence where she gets chased or eaten or something, but it's a dream sequence. Yeah. So there's not enough kills in this movie.
And he gets kind of attacked when he's on the boat. Michael does.
Yeah, but there needs to be more.
But how many kills are there in the actual Jaws?
I feel like there's more, but maybe there's not. Yeah.
I want to say there's probably 3.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
But it's the characters are more interesting.
Yes, it's night and day. I mean, the Richard Dreyfuss character, Roy Scheider, Robert Shaw as Quint is amazing. Yeah. The whole kind of conflict between, hey, we got to shut the town down. No, it's our tourism. I mean, Jaws is just a great movie. And this movie, and again, even Jaws 2 is pretty good. It's not as good as Jaws, but I think Jaws 2 is good. Jaws 4 is just boring.
It's just a terrible premise too. What is it like?
Yeah,
the shark is
has a vendetta.
Yeah, but how does he know? And I mean, I guess it's one of those things that doesn't stand up to any kind of scrutiny.
No,
whatsoever.
and I think that's probably chief problem number one with this movie that everybody has is that come on, man, this shark knows her family members and knows how how to track her down in the Bahamas from Amity, which I think is Martha's Vineyard in real life, something like that. So he's coming all the way from up there. He's coming down to the Bahamas, or whatever. I don't know what it is, but it's ridiculous. That's a huge problem that people have. It looks like she has a psychic connection to the shark at some points in the movie. Did you catch that? There's the part where she's out on the town with Michael Caine, and they're kind of dancing and stuff, and the shark is swimming in the water, and she gets a sense. Also, then later on in the movie, as the shark is coming towards the boat, she starts having flashbacks, and she has flashbacks to things that she wasn't even there for.
Yeah, Roy
Scheider shooting
the original shark. With the rifle.
She must have just watched the first movie in theaters. And then she has a flashback, and I guess it's flashback. I don't know what it was supposed to be, but it looks like it's coming from her head. It shows her face and her kind of concentrating, and then a scene. So I'm I think that's it. Shows her son that got his arm bitten off at the beginning of the movie and then gets eaten.
And she wasn't there.
Yeah. Right? Which instantly that guy, he gets his arm eaten off. And then he leans over the boat and he's like, help. Don't lean over the boat when the shark just came up and bit your arm off. Probably stay in the center of the boat, man. That's probably not going to save you anyways, but he's leaning over the boat help, and they're singing Christmas carols. Ridiculous. The psychic connection to the shark is stupid. And then there's the part, or there's several parts I think, where the shark makes all kinds of noises. It growls like a lion almost. It makes weird sounds, and it's sharks don't do that. Sharks don't come out of the water and go, rawr.
I'm here for that. I like that.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, but
It's
it was
ridiculous.
a good time. It was a good kind of ridiculous in my book.
Okay, and then finally we could talk about the ending where the shark is like coming towards the boat and she starts steering the boat towards the shark and Michael Caine's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Don't do that, whatever." It's bad Michael Caine impersonation, but she pierces it with like the bow of the ship and it explodes.
Yep.
Which you're left wondering like why.
I had to rewind that scene.
Yeah,
like,
you were like, "What?"
I was like, did I miss something? And
That's what I thought.
backtracked.
I thought because I know they put the thing in there that like shocks it or whatever. I thought did that cause it to explode?
Yeah.
But apparently, if you are unaware, they had a different ending in theaters. Did you read this?
No.
Okay, so this is new to you. They had a different ending in theaters where the shark actually did get blown up. I think they threw a tank in it and blew it up like the other one. I don't know. But the shark actually does get blown up. Or I'm sorry, my mistake. In theaters, she hits the shark with the bow of the ship.
Yeah.
It pierces the shark, and the shark bleeds, basically bleeds out. But I think while it's bleeding out, it like chops up the ship. So that's why the ship is kind of like in shambles there at the end of the version that we see. But they decided that wasn't exciting enough, so they added the explosion for all the home video releases. Sorry, I said that backwards.
And that makes sense.
So yeah, so you can't see the original ending except for like in theaters. All the home video releases, apparently there's no home video release or home release where you actually see the original ending where it just pierces the shark and the shark like bleeds.
So do we
to
need
death.
like a hashtag release
the shark bleeding out
release
cut.
the Jaws cut?
Release the Jaws 4 shark bleeds out cut.
Yeah, we got to come with something catchier than that.
Yeah. So yeah, they just added the inexplicable shark explosion to make it more exciting for the home video releases. So that's what you see now.
Release the Jaws 4 theatrical cut.
Yeah, release the Jaws 4 theatrical cut.
Hashtag.
And also, apparently, Mario Van Peebles died originally, but audiences didn't like that, so he does live. But he's like in the shark's mouth, like getting bit, right? I mean, there's no way he would survive that. And then he's
cool.
like, "Hey, I'm okay, man."
But we got the same kind of thing in Sharknado too.
With the girl,
Nova, right?
With Nova, yeah, that's true. But Sharknado is ridiculous to begin with. This movie takes itself seriously. There's nothing. They don't play this tongue in cheek. This is meant to be a serious sequel to Jaws. So unfortunately, it just doesn't work.
So I was talking to you about this a little bit. So apparently, according to IMDb trivia, Mario Van Peebles wrote a lot of his own lines, his own dialogue. His accent does come in and out. I thought it was going to be like a story point to where like when he's in public he does that Jamaican accent, and then when he's like alone he's just like, I sound like normal. I also wish Mario Van Peebles like kicked the shark or did some kind of karate move because he's like big action star.
Yeah.
Michael Caine has a lot of cut scenes. Apparently Hoagie's been doing a little illegal drug trafficking.
I mean, they do mention that the son, which by the way we haven't mentioned the son. It's played by Lance Guest, who is the last Starfighter. Yes, the last Starfighter. But yeah, he's like, oh yeah, I think he's running drugs or whatever. Yeah. He suspects that.
Nothing comes of it, but yeah, they cut all that.
I see. Well, Mario Van Peebles, his dad wanted in on the action because if you notice, Melvin Van Peebles is also in this movie. He plays.
Really? I was looking. I didn't know.
He plays, I guess, like the mayor or something of wherever they're at. He's the guy that's when they commission the Brody girls like artwork. Yeah,
that looks like the
thing.
Jaws.
Right, the sculpture thing.
Structure.
That's Melvin Van Peebles. Sweetback's badass song, Melvin Van Peebles. But I don't even know that he tries to do like an accent. I think he just talks normally.
He listened to what Mario's doing.
He's like, oh my God, my son.
Not doing that.
Horrible. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, this movie, it's boring. It's nonsensical. It's stupid that a shark like follows her around the world.
It is.
The shark knows like who she is and who her family members are. But even if you go with that, I think this movie is just flat out boring.
See,
personally.
I say all that's true, but the fact that it's still practical effects, you have Michael Caine in there hamming it up a little bit, buying that house. You're going to say about the quote. I think it's worth it because of that.
It is. Yeah. So there is a quote attributed to Michael Caine. I don't remember it verbatim, but basically paraphrasing, he said he's never seen Jaws 4, but by all accounts it's terrible. But he's seen the house that it built, and it is wonderful or splendid or something like that. So he only did it for the money, so he could build himself a new house or whatever.
Good for him.
And sometimes actors do that. They're like, hey, you know what? This movie, the script sucks, but I need a new swimming pool, or I got to pay child support, or whatever. They got to do stuff.
someone's gonna pay me a lot of money to ham it up in a movie, I won't
I
say
mean,
no.
if somebody came to me and said we're doing Jaws 5, are you in? I'd be like, yes.
We should.
absolutely.
What would your Jaws 5 be? You should pitch a Jaws 5 real quick. Could you do that off the top of your head?
I can't do that off the top of my head. No. You gotta
See,
get time to think about it.
I was thinking like we can either resurrect the old Jaws, like from like DNA or like bone marrow in the jaws of it. You know, do that or pull it off the seafloor or something. Or do we have any like Robo Jaws kind of movies? Like,
Oh, I'm sure there is.
like you know, like cybernetic Jaws. That'd be kind of cool.
I'm sure there is, but we can check.
Because,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I'd pay to see that. Because we need to get to Jaws 17 so Max Spielberg can direct it.
Yeah, we do. The Back to the Future 2 reference there for
Yep.
those of you that didn't get that. I already said this, but it's 0% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes and with a 15% audience score.
So worse than Sharknado.
Leonard Maltin did not, yes, worse than Sharknado. Leonard Maltin did not give this a bomb, surprisingly, but he did only give it 1.5 stars.
Go Leonard. All right.
However, I would give it a bomb.
Is that where you're gonna go?
0 fins for me. Yep.
You're gonna blow it up like it did in
Yep.
the video release.
That's right. You blew up Sharknado. I'm blowing up Jaws: The Revenge.
And we're going
0
we're,
fins.
we're going bomb to 5,
4.
bomb to 4 on
Bomb
this.
to 4. Yeah.
Uh,
A bomb is just basically one
Yeah.
fin.
I'm
We're the
giving
worst.
it 2.
2 fins. All right.
2 fins.
Fair.
Like I said, there's some like it's cool seeing this kind of practical stuff, especially with all the movies we've watched since this, because this is the earliest one that we're watching in the whole series.
That's correct. Yeah.
And ever since then, like technology's advanced so much that it's not really feasible to shoot a small budget movie with practical things like this. So
Yeah.
there's something cool about seeing it like that.
I like the practical effects as well, but they're not enough to elevate it above a bomb for me. No fins.
Yeah.
No fins.
I say find a drinking game and then have a lot of fun watching it.
Yeah. I think this movie, if you've seen the other Jaws movies, like Jaws, and if you haven't seen the first one, shame on you. But if you haven't seen Jaws 2 and 3, I say they're both worth watching. Jaws 2 because it's actually pretty decent. Jaws 3, if you can see it in 3D. And then watch this just because it's so damn silly. But be warned, I think it's extremely boring and you're not going to get a lot out of it. But if you watch the other 3, might as well finish it off.
Yeah,
Why not? Top it off with Jaws: The Revenge.
that's right. Just like Godfather. Might as well just
That's
watch
right.
the third
Might as well
one.
just watch Godfather 3, even if you don't like it.
Exactly right. All right. Well, that's it. Anything else? All right. So that's our second movie coming at you for our Real Shame Predatory Giant Fish Week. Trademarked. So if you like the show, share it with your friends, family, frenemies, and all that kind of stuff. Follow us on social media and do all that kind of stuff. And stay tuned tomorrow when we're coming at you with another shark-based movie. And we'll see you soon, guys. Bye.